Today, I'm going to tell you about something really cool. It's a new operating system. It's called Altimit, and I cannot give you the details at the moment because I do not know what's going to be in there right now, and it is not ready yet. I can tell you, however, that it is going to be a form of Linux, and I have a question and answer session that I conducted with one of the main developers of the Altimit operating system. Now, I want this person to know up front, I do not disclose any information about the individual, no matter who they are, without their prior permission. And because you did not give me your permission to give even your screen name on YouTube out, I will not do that. Here are the questions. These are ones that I came up with, and they're actually quite good. And the answers I'm going to read you are the individual's answers. The developer's answers, excuse me. The first one is, how is this different from Windows and Mac? How is Altimit different? And the answer is, well, as you may know, Linux is a rather big contender between the Mac and Windows. Its community and overall simplicity is improving greatly. Hence, its popularity has grown. Linux overall has only few very predictable viruses when Windows has tens of thousands. What we are doing with Altimit OS is taking the idea of a stable platform and recreating it further for simplicity for basic users. This OS or distribution of Linux will run on PCs with minimal amounts of RAM and processing power due to the window manager that we are reforming and using. I cannot say which one we are using. However, I can say that people will be pleased with this new type of customization, and new is in quotes. The second question is, and I asked this one because I know many people up front are going to be Windows users and are going to be Windows gamers. So, let's get to this. Can I play my Windows games like Halo and World of Warcraft? The answer? Well, in Linux, there is a small layer of Windows compatibility called Wine, or if you prefer its non-free predecessor, Sedega. Wine is growing in compatibility with many games. However, it can be hard to install and configure correctly. Wine, however, will be pre-installed in Altimit OS and ready for use with most of your Windows needs. It has compatibility for Valve, or better known as Steam, fully, so yes, many games will work with it. Next question. I've heard Linux requires you to know the command line, and that Linux is for geeks. Is this true? The answer? Well, Linux does require some knowledge of command line, though, as I said earlier, the community of Linux is growing nicely, and within this open source community is a far greater support than Windows or Macintosh provides, in my opinion. If there is ever anything you need, it is best to Google it, and people will answer your question. It's a system of everyone taking care of each other. And the comment on Linux being for geeks, well, at the cost of being called a geek, would you enjoy the feeling of knowing that your computer doesn't crash every 3 months? Something to consider, people. And the next couple of questions I asked because I'm training to be a teacher, so I decided on asking some questions pertaining to the educational market. And also for those of you who are university students, you might be interested. What are the advantages to Altimit over Windows and Macintosh in the educational environment, such as the public school classroom, community college, or university? And again, to reiterate, these answers are directly from the developer that I spoke to. The answer: though Altimit is really being made for simplicity and stability, it has the power... Excuse me. Sorry. It has the power of both wine and native applications. OpenOffice and Microsoft Office, whichever you prefer, can be used for word processing and anything you may need in a classroom environment. Altimit will also be coming with a robust TI-like graphing calculator for all you number crunchers. And this one is specifically for me. But because my channel deals quite a bit with adaptive technology, or has in the past, I figured I'd ask this. The question: I'm a teacher of the visually impaired. Now, again, I'm currently training to become one, but I figured this would be something that a TVI, teacher of the visually impaired, might ask. I'm a teacher of the visually impaired. One of the students I have is attending a school where they are looking at purchasing Altimit OS as an alternative to Windows. What do you have available as far as screen reading, screen magnification, or a Braille terminal mode? And the answer? Well, after I had met some people recently, I had become more aware of the issues of the visually impaired. That's why we are porting a popular screen reader from GNOME, or from GNOME, I don't know how you pronounce that, to our native window manager. It provides nice magnifications and also takes voice commands to my knowledge. And this is some of my personal input is also added to this answer, because I have extensive experience in the access technology industry. And what I basically added was that Orca is a full screen reader, screen magnifier, and Braille terminal interface that is similar to JAWS once you get the hang of it. It should be noted that the speech synthesizer within Orca is more robotic than JAWS and has either a British or African accent, I'm not sure which, but is still very understandable. Full Braille support is included for most displays. There is a full Orca community. Just visit http://live.gnome.org/Orca for more information. Altimit OS is based on a fantastical OS from the widely popular game.hack. The creators of Altimit OS are in no way infringing on the rights of the Bandai or CC2. Now again, I do not know what is coming. This is just a conversation I had with the developer. I think that what is coming is going to be great. From what I've heard, it sounds fantastic. I will not be able to elaborate. Don't ask me to, because I won't do it. Period. I wanted to thank the developer for taking the time to speak with me. And again, I did not mention your screen name or your name here on YouTube, as per my personal policy of not mentioning screen names unless I have their prior permission or I'm very good friends with them. Now, even though I am I am friends with the developer who I spoke to, I'd still feel better if I had their permission in the first place to reveal their screen name. But yeah, that is Altimit OS. Feedback is welcome. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening.